Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be doing a review of the ASICS SUPERBLAST 2 right over here. So let's get started. Alright, first off, going into the details of the SUPERBLAST 2. So I got this shoe from the ASICS website and it was released in July of 2024. I picked it up towards the end of September, right when I started my marathon training block for Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Marathon. And I got the shoe directly from the ASICS website. At the time, they only had this pink color available, which I wasn't the biggest fan of. But I've gotten a lot of compliments about them since then. The shoe is still hard to come by. It's pretty limited, and in some sizes it'll be pretty hard to get, but I would say the best thing to do is get it directly from ASICS, but I know they do have it at places like Fleet Feet and other stores like that. So currently they introduced some new colors and they're available in more sizes now, but initially these were pretty difficult to get, and at the price point, you know, $200 for a daily trainer, they are pretty expensive. Let's get into some of the details about the ASICS SUPERBLAST 2. So this shoe has a 8mm heel to toe drop with 46 millimeters of stack height in the heel and 38 millimeters of stack height in the forefoot in a men's US size 9. So that's just the standardized measurement. And these come in at pricey $200. And as per sizing, I got them in my US men's 10.5, and they fit true to size. I would say they're great on sizing. As you can see here, I have the little runner's loop right over here. I just do that on all my shoes. Running shoes in general just helps me keep my heel in place, and I'm used to it. But I would say these fit perfectly true to size, and the toe box is actually nice and wide, so that's great. So now let's talk about some of the pros and cons of the ASICS SUPERBLAST 2. Starting off with the positives, I would say the biggest positive of the SUPERBLAST 2 and what draws the most people to them is the versatility of the shoe. The SUPERBLAST 2 is definitely one of the most versatile shoes on the market right now, and it's great at a wide range of paces, all the way from easy runs up to marathon pace. I've used these. That's mostly in part to this FF Turbo Plus foam. It's ASICS newer compound, newer than what they had in the ASICS SUPERBLAST 1, and it's very similar to what they have in the ASICS Metaspeed line. And like I said, the shoe has no carbon plate in it, so it is pretty flexible. It's kind of firm, but it's flexible, more flexible than a carbon plated trainer. So it really is just a super stacked race day shoe with no plate, which allows it to give you that, you know, cushion ride and comfortable feel and a little bit of speed towards your top end of, I would say the perfect pace for this is marathon pace, without, you know, the cons of the durability of a super trainer, which often just draws people away from them. So I would say these are great for a wide, you know, range of paces. Okay. My next pro is going to be the durability of these shoes. The durability is actually pretty unbelievable. As you can see, this is the left sole of my shoe, and you can see there is some wear there in the heel of the shoe, the outside heel, that's actually where I supinate, and that you know, comes to be in a lot of my running shoes. But that's the left pair, and this is the right pair over here. And as you guys can see, there's still literally no wear on the upper whatsoever. And I would say that's one of the best pros of the shoe. I have put over 600 miles in these now. I actually just hit a 20 miler in them this morning, and usually I'm very hesitant to take shoes this far because I can feel, you know, I start getting little pains popping up in my feet or in my knees. I'm like, it's time to get rid of these. So most manufacturers even recommend 400 to 600 miles, and I think you can take these to the top end of that and have no issues whatsoever. They really are great for that. Usually I try to get rid of shoes before then because I'm like, the foam degrades and everything, but these, I've just now started thinking about replacing them because I can feel the foam losing its life just a little bit. You can see there is a little bit of creasing across the midsole, across this FF Turbo midsole, but nothing much really. And the upper, like I said, the upper is one of the best qualities. This shoe is absolutely perfect. Even across this nice stretchy knit upper over here, there's literally no wear whatsoever. And I think, funnily enough, these shoes could be, you know, used casually if you would like that look. And my last main positive of the shoe is you know, the Superblast 2 does a great job of protecting the legs. So the foams in the shoe are the FF Blast Plus Eco and the FF Turbo Plus. ASICS does a crazy job at naming these foams, but just because of that 46 millimeters in the back, you can really get away with running all your mileage in a week in this shoe, which I have. It's super versatile, like I have said, which makes this shoe so attractive. I've done marathons in these. I've done actually a couple marathons in them now. I've done a marathon on the treadmill in these. I've done strides in them. I've put them through all their paces possible, and I do think they are excellent for that. So I would say, you know, they protect the legs, they are durable, they're versatile, and that's what makes them one of the most popular trainers on the market right now. Next, we're going to go into the cons of the Superblast 2. So, most importantly, first off, I think one thing people are drawn to, like I said, is the versatility of these shoes. It works great. We've talked about that. But there is one caveat to that, and that being this shoe's inability to perform very well at easy pace, recovery run pace. So, you know, after a long run or a workout or something like that, when your legs are super beat up and you're looking to go in that slow range of very slow runs, like for me, that's 9 to 10 minute miles, but whatever that may be for you, I think this shoe is not going to be your best option. I find it to be pretty firm during those easy miles. It's just this foam, it has so much energy to return, but it really doesn't compress enough for me to have them as my first pick for easy miles. That being said, I do use the New Balance 1080 V13, which I have made a video about. Go check it out. I think that is one of my favorite shoes for easy mileage, but I would say this would not be my first pick for easy mileage. So if you get these, consider supplementing with a shoe for just easy runs and recovery runs, whether that be the Gel Nimbus 27 or even something like the Nova Blast 5, the New Balance 1080 V13 or 14 now. I would say this is not the best for easy runs. It does feel a little clunky and it does feel a little firm at that super slow recovery pace, whatever that may be for you. And one more con, depending on how you look at it, this could be a con, this could be a pro, is I would say this shoe is not soft. So take that for what you interpret it as, but some people like a firmer ride, some people like a softer ride, and ever since I started running this shoe, it has not had a break-in period, but I do think of it as a firmer ride shoe, which, you know, some may like, some don't. It gives it that ability to perform at so many great paces, not recovery runs, but from easy runs up to marathon pace, up to strides, whatever you may be doing, but it comes at the expense of not being soft. So if you really do prefer that soft ride, I would say try these on, give them a run or so before you think about investing in them, because they definitely aren't the softest shoes on the market right now, if that's what you prefer. All right, let's wrap it up. So overall, I would say the ASICS Superblast 2 are one of the most versatile trainers on the market right now. Over time, since the Superblast 1 released, ASICS has been proving, you know, they can step up their game. This is one of the most sought after pairs of shoes on the market right now, and I really do think it's great. From that versatility, durability, and all that, I think it really is an excellent shoe. But I would say keep in mind, you know, recovery runs, it may not be your first choice, and it is priced at $200, which is expensive. But that being said, I do think it comes down to a value standpoint, and I would say if I can put 600 miles in these shoes and use them almost 7 days a week, basically, sometimes I may switch them out on my recovery runs, but I run in these almost every single day. I have 600 miles in them right now, and I would say as a value standpoint, your $200, you are paying for this quality, and that's ASICS quality, which is excellent. So I do think it brings a lot of value. So that being said, I do think this shoe is versatile and is a great pick for those of you who are looking for, you know, one shoe to maybe get it done in your lineup, or you're pretty simple. I would go for, honestly, the Superblast 2, and I would recommend this shoe to most people out of all the shoes that I've run in so far. All right, thank you guys very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you soon with another shoe or running review. Thank you for watching.